The old British money system of pounds, shillings and pence wasn't actually that difficult to work with. It just meant that calculations took a bit longer. So in this video I'm going to give you an example question taken from a book called Practical Arithmetic with Trigonometry for Schools. It was published in 1955 and it was aimed at pupils who were studying for the General Certificate of Education, the ordinary level, the GCE O level. The example is of the cost of running a car. And the question goes like this. In 1 year, a motorist used 110 gallons of petrol at 3 shillings and 7 per gallon, and 40 pints of oil at 1 shilling and 6 per pint. His expenses for insurances and licences amounted to £19, 14 shillings and 3 and repairs cost him £22, 1 shilling and 6. Find the cost of running his car in that year. So let's start with a simple one. The cost of oil. Now, a shilling was 12 pence, and so 6 is half a shilling. And so the 1 and 6 cost per pint, the 1 shilling and 6 per pint, can actually be viewed as 1.5 shillings. Now, this is useful because the number of pints was 40. And since there were 20 shillings to a pound, the approach is to view the amount in shillings as pounds. So 20 pints is 1.5 pounds, and 40 pints is 3 pounds. Now let's have a look at the calculations for petrol. Now we know that if we've got a price of shillings and we've got 20 of them, we just change the shillings to pounds. So this 110 gallons would be easier to break up into two parts, 100 and a 10, because then we can use 5 20s to 100 and half a 20 and 10. So first we're going to break up the price of 3 shillings and 7 and look at the 3 shillings on its own. 20 gallons at 3 shillings is 3 pounds. We just change the shillings to pounds. But we've got 5 20s and 100, so that's 15 pounds. And we've got 10 gallons to add to that as well. And since 10 is half of 20, we know the price of 20 is 3 pounds. Half of 3 pounds is £1.10. So that means then that 110 gallons at 3 shillings is 16 pounds and 10 shillings. But now we need to go on to the 7 pence. So 110 7 pences is 770 pence. So we divide this by 240, which is a long division, which is fine because we know that 3 24s is 72, don't we? Because we know from our 12 times table that 6 times 12 is 72, therefore 3 times 24 is 72. So 3 times 240 is 720. Take 720 from the 770, which gives us a remainder of 50. To get the shillings out of 50 pence, divide by 12, which is 48, and that leaves you with 2. A remainder of 2, so it's 4 shillings and 2. 110 times 7 pence is 3 pounds, 4 shillings and 2. So now we have two totals to add together. Remember we said that the 110 gallons at 3 shillings was £16.10, and now we've worked out that the 110 gallons at 7 pence is £3, 4 shillings and 2. We add the two together and we get £19, 14 shillings and 2. So finally, we can do our addition for all of the various items. So oil at 40 pints is £3. Petrol at 110 gallons is £19, 14 shillings and 2. The insurance and licences, £19, 14 shillings and 3. Repairs, £22, 1 shilling and 6. And it all adds up to £64, 9 shillings and 11. See, that wasn't hard, was it? It just took longer. Thank you for watching. Press the like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Leave comments. Bye for now.